There are conversations that shape how we live, conversations that help us navigate challenges of life, conversations that bring out the best in us. This is where we gather to help each other find the way and unleash our potential. Welcome to the Benjamin Zulu Globe.
Psychologist, relationship coach, the one, the only Benjamin Zulu himself. Such an interesting time to be here. Welcome to Benjamin Zulu Global Show. My name is Sylvia Kiremi, and now today's conversation is going to be very interesting. And I want to start it up with something you've written here on A Lasting Love, a book written by Benjamin Zulu. Please grab it on www.benjaminzuluglobal.com, and it has a lot. Let me read something little before I introduce the topic. Now, most people do not have any convictions. They live for convenience. Avoid them. Now, that is a subtitle. Now, it's saying they are preoccupied with their personal interests and they will sell out on you without batting an eye. They have no loyalty or reliability. They don't have strong values that guide their behavior except selfish interests and seeking pleasure. Now, I'm just seeing people who are not committed, people who are not there. And now today's topic being signs that someone loves you in truth. Yeah, please take us there.
Yeah, why do you need these signs?
Yeah.
Because words can deceive. People can say they love you just to charm you for their own benefit. And those who want to use you and those who want to become your soulmate use the same language. I love you. Oh, I love you too.
Yeah.
It's because this word has been so confused, misused, and misapplied that we need other ways to establish who is sincere, who is not. We need other signals and indicators. And if the investment is once in a lifetime, ideally, if it's it's a do or die. If the consequences of choosing this person will take my life in a certain direction and for good, that's the heaviest decision ever. You want every indicator that this person loves you, that this person is into you. Again, what people sometimes call love is a heat of passion, which can't last. And some people just appreciate you by feeling things.
Okay.
They notice how wonderful person you are and they feel crush. So in that excitement of this wonderful person,
Yes.
they can say they love you.
Yes.
This is very common with the inexperienced. The unprincipled people and the inexperienced people will usually be very rash to declare love without knowing whether there are roots even to their own excitement. What has no root will wither away. When the sower scattered the seeds, some fell on places that had no soil, so they sprang up quickly, but they also dried up quickly. When there is soil, the seed first grows downwards before upwards. When there is no soil, no depth, just springs up upward. I love you. I feel you are the one.
Yes.
Too much quick excitement is usually a sign of problems. Brothers, is not a compliment when you meet a woman for the first day and you're telling her I'm seeing a wife. She thinks you are that flimsy that you can't even take time to put foundations. And she's wondering, is that how you'll be approaching other people? You can't even get to know me. You can't convince a person you know them before you even talk. Walk together a little bit. Learn who they are, what they live for. So we are saying, because people are using the term love to describe infatuation and crush.
Yes. A big problem.
And people are gifting each other babies because they love. I'm getting a baby for you. Creating a human being in a whimsical thing. A human being in a whim. We have become very insensitive. We are carelessly cohabitating, carelessly getting children, carelessly creating humans, carelessly. And what are we generating? When that person is your age, what will be their story? My parents will know you are just, it was a fling.
It's pathetic to think of it that way.
If you think about the consequences, you might move on to marry someone else who might not connect to this child.
Yeah.
Or you might need to delay your life for many years, making this child feel guilty like they held your life.
Sure.
It's a big problem. We have trivialized what was meant to be sacred. Anytime we move ancient boundaries, you're going to have problems. So we are trying to gauge signs that somebody loves you in earnest, because many people who don't love you will still use the term love. The first sign that somebody loves you in earnest is when they implement your advice and take your wisdom. When they implement what you advise them, you notice they actually did what you advised.
Okay.
And you hear them resounding your wisdom, the points you gave them, the reasoning you gave them. We are not saying they don't have a thinking of their own. We are saying you may be better at a certain field, and what you recommend is what they go with.
Yes.
That's one of the most powerful compliments. Why is this also important? And I need you to listen to this well, because we don't think about it. You need to marry people who respect how you think, who respect your thoughts. You need to marry people who think your input is worth taking. And it's not that they will not sometimes think for themselves or modify or this and the other, but the ability to have a partner who you are the chief advisor is one of the most important things in this world. You need a partner who says, after we reason together with my husband, I'll make a decision. Or I was thinking of doing this, particularly important things.
Yeah.
You just let me run this through my husband. Let me hear how my wife thinks about this. And you can postpone commitment until we can talk about it together.
Yeah.
That seems like a small thing, but it keeps you important, keeps you on the loop, keeps you in the know, keeps you that you are considered, you are included, that I value you. And for men, what we call submission, sometimes it's just that. The woman not doing anything important until she involves you in the thinking.
Yeah.
She might already have the ideas, but we are going to live with the outcomes together. We are in this together.
Yes.
Whatever we do, she may be lending her own money to her mother, but we're going to live with the outcome. This is not how now. When we are together, everything involves us.
Yes.
Do you think it would be a wise thing to lend my mother money? She's asking for some loan. She called in confidence, but me and you, we are one.
We are one.
My sister is asking for this and that. My brother is asking, we partner in this and that. Where do you think this might go? You may find one of you is a bottom line thinker. The other one is a visionary thinker who wants to see opportunities in the future. The other one goes to the bottom line. What can go wrong? So if one is risk analyst, the other one is opportunity analyst.
It makes a powerhouse.
Yes. We can reason together what can go wrong, how we might compensate for it, what should we put in place. Do you know sometimes also extroverts in particular have a very funny trait of thinking while they talk. So they need to talk. No more people will keep quiet so they can think.
I'm trying to assess myself.
But extrovert, while they talk, the ideas now form. They disentangle. It's like when they're quiet, the pot is closed. There's no boiling.
Yes.
When they talk,
It's boiling.
you can actually see the energy of your children. Even when they're very young, they come up with it.
Yeah.
Some children need that space to play by themselves, and they don't want to be bothered. If you bother them, they feel bad. The other one is opposite character. When you leave them alone, they're bored.
Yes.
When you show up, now they're playing. You know,
Yes.
if you want that child to sleep, just ignore them. They have no energy when they're alone. But the moment they're engaged, they are alive. They play. They practice things. As long as you keep validating, is this good? Tick, tick. You know, the other one wants you to mind your business. Even when they are children, they show it.
Yes.
You need a partner who you complement that way. You complement in terms of they value your input.
All right.
And they want to hear how you think.
Okay.
Don't be just beloved for your beauty or how you work hard or you are handsome or your character is a guy. Be loved for your brains. Let me pick your brains or something. And you need a person who is not intimidated when they carry out what you advised. Even if it backfires, we learn together. Some of the ideas, you suggested it, I picked it up, maybe I tweaked it here and there.
Yes.
And so what we are attempting is ours. Instead of just birthing natural children, you should birth brainchild together. Just get this our brainchild.
Yeah.
This is our mastermind. Our experiments. I saw somebody saying in gardening there are no mistakes, only experiments. So you should get as a couple saying we have no mistakes, just experiments.
Yes.
We learn what works, what doesn't work. And do you know, just those conversations, random, in total vulnerability and openness, is what creates the deeper connection.
Yeah.
Now, I need to introduce you to a level of love that cannot exist before you get married. When you're getting married, you love each other on a level. But after you get married, there's another love you can cultivate now. By being this mental, open, trusting each other's inputs until you feel like their ideas, they don't threaten you, they're just like your ideas.
Yeah.
Now that's mental intimacy, that's intellectual intimacy, that's so much trust and closeness that you can help each other think, you can think for each other. That is where telepathy comes from.
Ah, okay.
That's why I get to know your patterns of thoughts so much, like, and I begin to anticipate them. That's when I know that we look at each other because we know what has been, what has happened matters to you.
Yes.
That's when a person can ask a question and answer for you. We already said earlier that that part we are not doing, and we know we are together.
Yes.
We are not buying that. I was asking if Sylvia might be interested. There's a piece of land near her home place. You know, the man gave me this number. Sorry, she may not buy right now. But can I talk to her? No, I'm the husband. That's all. And when she comes, when you talk to her, thank you for sorting it out. We're not buying right now.
Yes.
Or you know that person and their games.
Yeah.
You know their gimmicks. If you think reason together so much, you're going to have another person who is helping you think, and they are walking on the earth just like you're walking on the earth. You'll have an advantage that people don't have. Most people must crack their problems one stone at a time. Most people must deal with their issues by hitting with a nail every problem until it cracks.
Yeah.
Problems are just like stones you're trying to crack.
Yes.
So imagine the person who has to hit every stone themselves.
Yeah.
Even if they're hardworking, they can only do so much. Now imagine another person who has another hammer hitting your stones. Your stones. Your stones. So that hitting here, hitting there, hitting, you are hitting, they are hitting for you, you are hitting for them. It creates another connection. You want to sense this connection prior to know whether you can find true love. Is when a person, you can rhythmically think together and there's no insecurities. Ego is the enemy of intimacy because you are defensive and avoidant, and you think I'll replace you, you are intimidated by my presence. But when you are at peace with my presence, you even help me to be educated more, to get more influence, to get more money, because I know everything you are getting, I'm also getting.
It's ours.
I'm getting the job.
Yes.
By extension, I'm benefiting from that. It's risky. Trusting people is risky because if they betray you, it will be very painful.
Yeah.
But we must take the risk. If we don't take the risk, we'll never live to the full.
True.
Somebody said we are like angels having only one wing. We can only fly when you hold each other's hands.
Yeah.
You have one wing and one wing. We can only have two wings if we
Yes.
hold hands. Marriage has a funny tendency to behave like cross-fertilization. Even ideas require some kind of fertilization with another perspective to blossom. And if you learn over time that whenever you think alone, you end up with suboptimal ideas, because as I told you, these are like stones in a line.
Yeah.
And when you are alone, sometimes you do not have time to attend all of them.
Yes.
You were overcharged here, we lost money here, you did not bargain there, you forgot the other element. But when you are two of you and there's perfect harmony, now, we need to discuss perfect harmony.
Yeah.
Because people make you think like normal marriages are always wrangling, ups and downs of every marriage. You know, problems like any other couple.
Yes.
people make you think like every couple is quarreling. And that is no more, you know. Healthy people don't quarrel that often. It's very rare. They can count on one hand when they had that kind of tension and disagreement.
Yeah.
People can go a year and there's no exchange. If there's a misunderstanding, they resolve it only to realize they were just seeing things from different angles. And they approach each other with curiosity, not conflict, anger, curiosity.
Yeah.
Oh my, let me know, what did you think about it? I can see you did this. And so they explain, I see, I would have done the same if I was in your shoes. Me too, I was having this piece of information. You know, when you say this, I understood the other one. Oh, you make a mistake and I don't hold it until the next week. Perfect harmony is when we trust each other so much that I know you are a good person. And whatever you do, I'll interpret it from that. I know my wife is a good person.
Yes.
She is not capable of malice. One guy wrote of his mother, if there's a woman who I have known in life who is not capable of malice, it's my mother. Be able to make sure you can say that of your partner.
Okay.
This person is not capable of hurting me. My mentor said he decided quietly after some observation that his wife was his guardian angel. After several moments of doing opposite of what she advises, and every time she's proved she was right, she was right, she was right, she was right. He said, I'm tired of embarrassing myself. She doesn't even hold it against him. Some women are patient enough to wait for you to learn.
Yeah, do it.
So he said, when in doubt, I follow my wife's advice. When in doubt, just follow her advice. And even if she ends up being wrong, her wrongness is lesser than mine. So I know whatever loss we have gone would have been worse if it was me. You know, sometimes none of you is right, but she's less wrong. You know?
She's less wrong. Yes, we can apply that one.
You know?
Because his would have been a tragedy.
If I was suggesting this route and she suggested that route, I'll take that route.
Yeah.
If we get stuck in mud, I know I would have gotten into a ditch over there. So mine would have done something worse. So I'll get out of the mud without bad attitude, knowing that this is a lesser damage than what I would have done. It told me this is too personal and internal, and nobody else can validate it because they can't experience my wife that way. But it taught me, journey with your wife until you know what level of grace she carries for you, and don't miss it out on life, because there's some places you can only enter when you have that kind of a person backing you up. Nuances. Nuances. You need nuances. Nuanced, not direct, not obvious, not visible even from outside, but you need to know what your husband is so good at. That once he advises it, you go with it. You may have a conflict between your father and your husband. They are both car maniacs. They love car. When you're buying a car, whose advice do you follow? Not that you have too money. And they both call you my girl. My girl is buying a car. My girl is buying a car.
Yes.
Who advises? Whose advice do you follow? If I were you, I would say leave your father and mother to cleave to your husband and let his taste become yours. Maybe he's a passionate of Subaru. Your dad doesn't like Subaru. He despises it. He thinks he's for German. Go with your Subaru guy for now, so that you can show him how much you trust. If you implement his advice, he feels, wow. He feels it is. He cannot shake that off.
Yeah, he feels he was part of that.
He will be more willing to advise.
Yes.
He will be more willing to be, even to help you more. And once you marry, I think sometimes marrying right also helps you understand spiritual things. When a person trusts you, is that how God feels when you trust him? And yet God has no conflict of interest. He's not capable of failing. The one person who cannot fail. But we are very fearful.
Yeah.
We still think he will fail us. Learn to trust a person and you will find it easier to even trust the one who cannot fail.
Yes.
And do you know when you trust a person, you also burden them to try and do their best? You learn that. When a child trusts you, I know my mom will sort me out. You will go out of your way to sort that child.
Yes.
We naturally don't want to let down people when they trust us. And when they tell other people, you may brag with your shoes, but I know it's time mom will buy me my shoes. You buy them sooner.
Buy it. Yes.
So trust is very powerful. I don't know who told us that it's a weak thing. Expressing that I have faith in my wife. I believe.
Yes.
One father took the daughter to go and perform gymnastics. This difficult, dangerous move they do. They walk on a pole, they flip in the air. The father couldn't sit. She was moving with her. And the cameras focused. Some of these media people are funny. Instead of focusing on the performer, they are focusing.
It's the thrill.
You know, injury is possible. This was not just thrill. The other guys were watching for fun. But this father,
Whoa.
this is my daughter. So first move, second move, third. And before you know it, he stood up, he was with her. When they finished, they sat together down. So, the girl was a champion, a renowned global, but to the father, not champion, my daughter.
She's still a child.
My daughter. My daughter.
Yeah.
If she gets injured, I feel it. You need a person who you can move with in that sense. It's risky.
Yeah.
It's risky. It's very, very burdensome. Like supporting some clubs. You know, some clubs you support them and you need psychosocial support. They keep losing. They keep failing.
Yeah.
You know? But when you love a person, you support them, you stake on them. You cast your bet. I challenge you to never bet on anyone more than you bet on your partner. Place the $1 million bet on them.
Wow. All right.
Risk your life. And tell them, if it goes south, we are totally ruined. If it goes north, we are totally saved.
Yeah.
But we are betting on you. It's very rare, few people do it. Particularly when they're not intentional, when they're choosing. They choose a person who's not capable of being trusted. But you need a person you can trust. And if you find a person who has proven themselves, give it their all. Give them your all. And let them know you are banking on them. The second sign a person loves you in earnest is when they reveal their most intimate plans. The most risky thing to show people is embryonic dreams, because embryonic dreams are very vulnerable to being scattered. So we tend to keep them tucked away. We don't tell people our plans because they can misadvise. And when people confuse you, plant doubts, the dream dies.
They'll scatter them.
Yes. You only need a little bit of discouragement with some facts, statistics, and whether true or otherwise. And you abandon an embryonic, very big dream. This building was once an embryonic dream.
Yeah.
Those big cities you see were people's dreams. Sometimes even that great dream of raising your child to be a global name, it's an embryonic dream.
Yeah.
They don't tell you this in Africa because they don't want to take responsibility. But generally, children become what we shape them into. In Africa, we say fate. You know, it's God. You never know. Just give birth. You don't know which one will go where. You have a responsibility to support children, to cultivate them. If you can determine that your children will be global people, whichever career they are going to be big to compete on a global scale, you can decide that. So let them show you their gifts. Auditor, global level auditor. Lawyer, thank you. Business partner, whatever level.
Yes.
But I want you to have skills that can perform in Silicon Valley on whatever trade, even if it's baking.
Yeah.
That's a decision. That's a dream.
Yes.
Make sure the children of Zuckerbergs of this world, the children of Donald Trumps, you can sit across table and say, hey buddy, how are you? You're not worshipping them, you're colleagues. And you tell them the only secret is become competent on a global level. When you're mediocre, you remain village level.
True.
But I want to give you the facility. Competence comes from facilities. This boy wants to kick ball. You're going to buy a football pitch. We don't want to admit that we can promote children because it has repercussions.
Yeah. And it's costly.
Yes.
Yeah, it has a cost.
You may find your child is very flexible. very flexible. The gift is not yet clear,
Yeah.
but they move. So, my friend, you're going to put swings in the house. You're going to put maybe a swimming pool
Yeah.
or buy membership. You're going to invest in that gift until it flourishes in some direction.
Yes.
Some of the gifts may not flourish anyway. They just build the girl's confidence, the child's confidence.
Yeah, true.
The boy loves football, and you know football in Africa is not really paying the dynamics. Do you want to transport them? But you still promote the football to teach them confidence in trying business in whatever field.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. And you realize you just embryonically one day just you share with that person, you know what? I'm not yet married, I'm not yet there. I'm hoping one day to have a family and children. But I have a feeling. It's like my children should be global people. It's like I would like to take them to the Ivy League schools. You know?
Yeah.
Whatever person has a philosophy against Ivy League schools, they are Illuminati, taking them all over there, they will get other bad manners. You don't want people touching your dreams with their dirty hands. So usually, but if you hide the dreams too much, sometimes they also die. They disappear from sight.
This life is complicated.
If you hide it too much, it loses reality.
Yes.
That's what we write down or we tell to people who now we love in earnest. Also, we give them our dreams as a test. Can we co-dream with you? When you share them that dream that you'd like to start a global shipping company, very logistically daunting thing. You have to buy ships. It's very hard.
Yeah.
You have to buy containers. But you can start regionally. I'll just be keen to know what you know so much about it, what so far, what is the starting point, what's the entry, what's the dynamics, what's the business point, knowing that even if it's not this, because even your children will dream very wild things. You fly one day, jumbo jet, and your child says they also want to buy airline. It's not the dream you're supporting, it's the dreamer. So sometimes you're sharing your intimate dreams to see, can this be my core dreamer?
Yeah.
Some of the dreams that I find outrageous is when Elon Musk keeps saying he wants to take people to Mars and he's wearing a t-shirt called Occupy Mars. Now, nobody has landed in Mars. I checked to see how viable it is. They're flying, they're testing rockets, they're trying to check how viable it is. Nobody has landed there. The air is very toxic, you can't breathe it. The climate is very scorching. You need to live in domes.
Yeah.
And you have to wear a suit against radiation. I don't know, you take months on the road, on the air. The flight takes months. You have to be closed in something for months. And then there's no rescue nearby. Should something go south?
Yes.
Whatever pandemic, whatever disease, how much health care will be there? Or what are the options?
No options.
In the outer space? Where are we? But I don't know where he is coming from with those dreams. And sometimes I suspected these business people can be cunning. They can market themselves as if they want to take you to space, only to transcend no more airlines, and later manufacture aircraft. I was just doing my own conspiracy theory. Because that doesn't sound viable. Could you be marketing yourself as a rocket manufacturer? So that when you finally manufacture an aircraft called Starship, called SpaceX, we already accepted you in that space.
Yes.
You know, you already do rockets. What is an aircraft to a rocket company?
We'll go there with all the trust.
I imagine it could be a flyby attempt. Flyby, you talk mass, so that finally you can dominate us. I don't know it's there, but I'd say something is not adding up.
It makes a lot of sense.
You know, because Boeing and Airbus are already dominating. What is the best way to surpass them? Go this way first. God. When people are already say, this guy is actually Mars. Oh, Mars. Then your friends say, while we are waiting to Mars, how about I give you Mars level comfort? This is like space. An aircraft that is written there, Tesla, or something SpaceX. You'll accept it quickly.
Yeah.
This guy is already famous there. I say maybe that's one strategy.
Maybe.
I don't know. But the dream of Mars seems far-fetched. Himself has not gone there. So for you to convince us to migrate, you have to lead the way. Can we see you living in the mass, having fun? Where shall we have a beach to relax? If we have to remain closed in things, what if there is leakage? Will I die? You know?
How perfect are these domes? Yeah.
You know? So I say, we wait to see. Some of these cunning people.
Something is cooking. Probably.
If I were him, I would build the frame like that. When all of you are distracted, I bring it closer home. I unveil a fleet of aircraft.
Something you can relate to.
Then you say, finally, actually, this is more relatable.
Yeah. We
You
can
know?
do this.
So, just to tell you some dreams, outrageous. But if you marry Elon Musk, you may not buy to the dream of the mass, but you buy to the dreamer.
Yeah.
He also dreamt electric cars that looked impossible. Nobody was a battery driving a heavy car. How? He normalized it. Now he has brought internet that does not need all these other things we have been doing. The Starlink is interrupting.
Yes.
So you support a dreamer. So I want you to share your wild dreams. Sometimes I don't want you to share the real ones, okay?
Okay.
As a test, you don't test the river with both legs. So to know how much you can trust this friend, share another wild dream that you have not yet concretized of having a ranch in Malindi. And then you buy a small Cessna, a small aircraft.
Yeah.
You can be landing there in the evening, you check on your cattle and come back.
Yeah.
And that's one of your dreams.
And see how supportive they are of your dreams.
You know, surely you have no interest in rearing so many cows so far away. But you just wanted to see how, you know, and you make it sound honest, you know. I've really been checking this large tracts of land in Malindi, and the climate is good, you know, you can camels, sheep, you know, and I thought one day maybe 1,000 cattle.
Yeah.
I read a guy who's doing that in Botswana, and I found the same climate in the coast here. You know, you just need to be managing here and there. You know, one day I would like, if they dismiss as if you're crazy, is that the person you want?
No.
So you did not share the real dream. Your real dream was actually to start a dairy farm just here in Nairobi.
Yeah. You don't need someone who will tell you you're crazy.
Yes.
What are you even thinking about?
You know, because as we said, let's conclude by saying, true people love you. It's not the dream.
Yeah.
It's the dreamer.
The dreamer.
They know
Yeah.
this child. Sometimes when you're a parent, you do that a lot to your children. They give you wild dreams that are not even impossible. But you don't criticize them.
Yeah.
You're encouraging the dreaming.
Yeah.
The dreamer. To continue seeing possibility. And children sometimes dream 1,000 dreams every day.
Yeah.
Mom, one day I'll buy you that one. You see that one? Me too. Yeah, one day. You encourage that. With time, you to begin to have more viable.
Yeah.
You begin to help them now evaluate the viability,
True.
the feasibility test.
Yeah.
With time now, this person who you supported when the dream was this wild finally was able to form something with your help. And because they could dare think globally,
Yeah.
they could dare think on that level, they can now bring something closer. Actually, they develop a sensitivity for opportunities. You encourage them in one venture that didn't go far, but they continue with that curiosity, and they go to a new environment. They just sense what we can put up here, what there is demand for. I wonder why this one is lacking. They started dreaming with ranch. Now they dream of petrol station. How come this market is so busy? It does only one gas station. What if you bring one of the reputable ones here? You know, me, I don't want to run it. The logistics of running is too bothersome. I'll put it, build it completely, then let out.
Yeah.
You know, there are some guys who simply rent them. They don't want to build. Me, I just want to build. Pay me my and go your way. They tell you, you know what? That is perfect. Especially if it will not bother us on a day-to-day. So get Total, get Shell, get the contracts, get the thing. How much money? We can do it. Let out. And there you have a passive income. Giving you money while you're minding your business, wherever you are.
Yeah.
Where did that person start with other dreams that are not viable? Now they have brought another one that is viable. So this, we are saying, one way to know a person loves is when they share with you vulnerable, true dreams. And you should both hear them out and sense how they dream. See if that's the kind of dreamer you'd like to live with. Yes.
Wow, talking of true love, marriage, and these relationships, yeah?
Yes.
You know, we say 1 + 1 shall become 1.
Yes.
But this 1 plus the other 1, yeah? They come from very different backgrounds,
Yes.
very different upbringing. Probably at your home, you people were loud and didn't have a way of sitting down to communicate.
Yes.
In my house, we are reserved, we communicate and all that. Then you find a very nice person. Let me say the man. You find a very nice person.
Yes.
Almost completing this package of marriage. But they are a poor communicator. Is this something they can learn, or how do we go about
Yes,
that?
check their attitude.
Yeah.
Is it that they're not skilled in communication, or their style is different? Is it skill or style? So some people lack skill. They just lack the courage to say no. The courage to say, I prefer the other way. The courage to say, I would rather not. If they lack courage, teach it to them, see if they're willing. Because many people come from atmosphere where it was not safe. Tell them now it's safe to disagree. There will be no consequences, no punishment.
Yeah.
Steve Jobs said Silicon Valley did not have punishment for failing. That's why they went there, all of them. There was no shame that you tried a company that failed.
Okay.
Companies will happily employ you, even if you've been trying a company that did not succeed. He said because there was no punishment for failing, it attracted the biggest minds. When you don't punish your partner for failing, when you don't punish your partner for correcting you, you encourage them to become the one who gives you feedback. So check the attitude. It's not just the ability, it's the attitude. Always marry people who are open to learning new things.
Okay.
Yes.
Wow, thank you for that wisdom. It is a question that most people have, yeah?
Yes.
Because I feel communication always, counselors say, is the key to solving issues.
Yes.
Thank you so much for that wisdom. To get this kind of wisdom and more, please purchase Benjamin Zulu's books. And the latest book we have is Lasting Love. It is talking about how to find your soulmate without losing yourself. And it is for those people who don't want to be buried and they want to bounce back. Now, this book and others, we have 8 books with us, a pack that you can purchase on www.benjaminzuluglobal.com. We also have a pre-25 conference. We are saying start early and fly high. It's coming on 14th of December 2024 at Tutali Hotel, that is along Thika Road. Please be there. And if you cannot manage to be there, you can still access this virtually via Zoom. You can get your ticket on www.benjaminzuluglobal.com. Please go there and learn. Thank you. Have a nice time.
There are conversations that shape how we live. Conversations that help us navigate challenges of life. Conversations that bring out the best in us. This is where we gather to help each other find the way and unleash our potential.